We've now logged in to a Talk2M Pro account, and we can see the extra pages in the list on the left-hand side. The list of Ewons and the list of users is pretty much the same as it was before, but now we have the ability to create pools of Ewons and groups of users. A user can be a member of more than one group, and an Ewon can be a member of more than one pool. Within a group, we can edit the properties to set a new name for it and to define the roles of the members of this group. So here we've got the ability to set different administrator operations and also to say which Ewon pool these users are allowed to access. It's very easy to add a new group, just give it a name, a description, and specify that this group is going to be managed by our group of administrators. For the pools, similarly, we can specify the properties of a pool, we can add and remove Ewons from a pool, and another feature that we have now added in the Pro account is the offline notification. So we can set this up such that an email is sent when the Ewons in this pool are offline for a minimum of 3 hours or up to a day, 2 days or a week. The advantage here is that as well as sending emails to individual users, we can also send the email to a whole group of users and also add emails for people who are outside the account entirely. Within the account settings at the bottom, we've got the same opportunities for modification of the account details. Our password policy has been increased slightly. We have now the ability to set that passwords expire after a certain number of days, and we can also force our users to not reuse the same password over and over again. Our two-step authentication via mobile telephone is also a possibility, but we can force the system to recognise a PC. So if a user keeps logging in from the same PC, he won't be asked to do the two-step authentication. The credit and contract section again is similar. It now tells us we have a Talk2M Pro and what our balance is currently on the account. And again, we can have a look at the credit, where I've spent my money, and look at the financial reports and the login report at the same place. We can also access those logs from the top here of the account as well. The contacts, custom fields, etc. are all very much as they were on the free account, but another feature here which is new to the Pro account is the ability to reserve a connection. So with the Pro account we have 3 concurrent connections possible, and we can set this up so that we can reserve at least one of the connections for a particular group of administrators or other users. So we can be sure that we can always have a connection for those who need to get through. Another option that's appeared in the Pro account is import all Ewons. If you're merging several free accounts into a single Pro account after updating, this is a very easy way to import those details. So you can specify the details of another account and all the Ewons will be imported in a single step. So if we return to our Ewons list now, we can see the extra information of which pool our different devices are in. The columns at the top here can be edited. We can choose which columns we wish to show, hide others, so we can tailor this view to be exactly what we want to see. So if we now select our Flexi and look at the properties of that, we want to look at the LAN devices and firewalls, and we can see we've already set up the 2 devices on the LAN side, so we're already at the high level. If we now select Enforced, we have the ability to add particular gateways. So here we've specified that the Modbus gateway is the only gateway that will be in use through the Flexi. All others are disabled. And we can retrieve that setting from the Flexi itself. So if our Flexi has gateways configured, we can pick those up and apply them here without needing to set them individually. So that now sets the next level of firewall. And just to complete, let's put it up to Ultra, and you can see here we have now the ability to edit the services on the Ewon router itself. So we could, for example, turn off the FTP port, or again, we can just get the values from my Ewon that's connected to the account. And you'll see here, I don't have SNMP or the USB IP set up on my Flexi, so it's taken those configurations directly from my Flexi. So we've now set it to level ultra. Here we've got, again, the ability to move this Ewon from one pool to another, or to add it to extra pools. And we can see who's got the ability to connect, who's got the ability as an administrator to edit and modify this particular connection. So now if we connect to our device, we'll see in the active connections those details that we've configured and set up. So that's the extra features of the Pro account over the free account.